Alright, here we are, Canadian junkyard. Okay, pro tip here. Hey everybody, welcome back to your favorite YouTube show, Fixing Random Crap with Craig. You can see by these warnings, we've got some lights out, and we're working on the Mercedes R350, and we're going to try and get rid of all these lights, because the right side's pretty much not lit. So we're gonna tackle it from the front now. Okay, so here we are, just with the car on. You can see we have a low beam headlight here going, and we have this light, which I think is either the parking light or the marking light. Oh, I see it now. So on this one, we've got no. So one of them's the parking light, one of them's the marker. So there's that guy, and there's that guy. I'm not sure if we have the right lights for everything, but because that one's lit up, I think that might be the parking lamp, and then this one might be the marker. But anyway, this comes out real easy. This one's easy to get to, so you can see it. I've already pulled it out. It's right under this nut here. It's kind of hard to see originally, but you just twist that, and it'll come out. And we have what I believe to be the correct new light here. Picked this up at an unnamed Canadian box store, and we'll try and swap those guys out and see if it works. And I'll let you know which light specifically it is based on what alert goes off on the dash. Okay, so that one's back on. We're gonna put it back into the slot by just putting it in the hole and turning it on. Now I will note that I needed to turn the car off and on for it to actually kind of recognize that it's back in there. There, so I twisted that. Which way was it? It was, my finger went clockwise, about a quarter turn, and it clicked. And now let's go see which light that was. See if our dash warnings have gone away. I think that one is going to be parking. Okay, so it said marker. It still says low beam. And what's it going to say now? Marker. Okay, so that was the parking lamp. And now we'll see about changing the marker. Okay, we're actually going to hold off on the marker because to get in there, we're going to need a few tools, I think, to get the inside of this open, or I'm going to need to lie on the ground, and I don't really want to do that right now. I want to wait till I'm back home. Currently in a IKEA parking garage while my kid is at a birthday party across the street. So we're going to now, though, see if we can get the low beam going. So there's actually this piece here. I thought I was going to have to take this whole thing out, but then I noticed that this guy is just on here and clicks in and out. Oh, my camera wasn't there, right? So that comes out, and then you can access, you can get your hand right in here, and you can feel the back of that light. Now, there's probably a clip. I'm gonna try just squeezing it a little bit. I'll feel around, I'll let you know what the trick is. All right, so now we're gonna do the headlight. It is an H7. My lovely wife picked this up at the same unnamed Canadian box store, and I was about to open this, and then I remembered, geez, I poked around in the glove box. I said, gee, I wonder what's in the glove box for lights, and I was smart and bought a 2-pack last time. So we're going to take that new one back, and we're going to use this bad boy. And how this came out is it just twisted also counterclockwise, and now we're going to figure out how to get this guy off so that we can, it looks like he's just a 2-prong kind of, just goes in with 2 prongs. So I think we're just going to probably pull it out with 2 hands here on it, and then put the new one in. Okay, so we got it out. You had to pull a fair bit and wiggle it a lot. I was using just some gloves because some of these edges are pretty sharp. You want to be careful not to hurt yourself. And if I had it being at home with like a flathead screwdriver, I would have put the flathead like right in just very gently and twisted a bit to get a little bit of leverage. That would have been a lot easier. But now we're going to take the new one and we're just going to put it right in there, and hopefully we're good to go. Okay, we got it just pushed back in, and I was wondering if there was a specific way it had to go, and there's this kind of tab right here by my thumb, and that, like, if you put it in the wrong way, it won't go. It needs to kind of line up with that tab. There's that little cutout on this side. That's the old one. Typically, I think you don't want to hold the bulb with your fingers of the new one. You have any oils on there? No, this one's going in the garbage anyway, but that side needs to line up. That's how you know how to get it in. Okay, interesting. We're actually into a bit of a problem where the new one didn't work. And then I opened the other one that we had, brand new out of a package, and it doesn't work. I've restarted the car a couple times. When I did the marker over there, I needed to turn the car off and on for it to go. I was starting to wonder if we have like some sort of wiring issue or something. It's really weird. So more investigation required. Okay, something else we've learned is that with this whole front light issue, when I start the car, I'm told that it flashes a few times. Let's go around and see if we can catch it. I think that was 9 I counted. But that's pretty weird. So, another part of the puzzle.